Hi there. This is a reading for the collective. Take what resonates, leave the rest. This is regarding your past love connections, what you've learned from those connections, and what kind of energy the people were sitting in when you guys split up for whatever reason. And the reason why I'm doing this reading is I'm hoping to create some kind of closure with those past people, past cycles, right? Because sometimes we don't realize we're still hanging on to something with our connections and our past. So you should be watching this video if you don't have any desire to get back with any of these people. Like, this is not the kind of reading that, I'm telling you what's going on with that person and if it's going to work out. Okay, no, we don't want that. So the first thing, there's a lot in the way of what you've learned. Okay. Spirit doesn't really want to focus on the people per se, but I thought, I was curious. I'm like, that'd be good because it's something that you can reflect on too, of like why they wanted to split with you, or, where they were at, kind of thing. So the first big thing coming through for a lot of you, you probably had this home life, okay, where your parents presented like everything's perfect, okay, everything's harmonious. We've got the perfect marriage, we've got the perfect family, and really that was like not the truth at all. Like probably further from the truth. Couldn't be further from the truth. So you created that in all your connections, friendships included too. Like, you just wanted to keep the harmony going, and that, like, the good look going. It's like presentation, right? But really, like, it wasn't good for you. Okay. Cord cutting cards that came along with this: take back your energy, move with intentions, get active, get going, release the grudge, sever the cord through visualization, be kinder to yourself. So there was a lot about moving. Wow. Is that right? What is your name? So there was a lot about moving with intention, and this might be something that you're actually moving through from childhood right now. Like, you're like clearing this out in general, but severing the cord through visualization, if you're having trouble moving through it, taking your energy back, being kinder. So I really feel too, like, with these cards and that 10 of Cups, it's like, even though you were together with these people, like individually or whatever, you felt alone. Like, because I was looking at these crows, right? There's two of them, but it doesn't feel like there's two here, but it doesn't feel like look at, they're not even like together. It's just a illusion, right? It's just this is what I want people to see, even though it's not what's real. Excuse me. So one of the things too with be kinder to yourself, I feel like the people that you dated in the past, like, one of the things that's coming through and part of like why you split is because you didn't know how to treat yourself. Therefore, they couldn't treat you like you wanted to be treated, right? And I'm almost getting a sense of like the people recognizing like they don't deserve you. Maybe they never said that, but if they happen to walk away from you, it was kind of like, well, there's something in them that's like, well, I don't deserve this, or this is too much for, like, you were too much for them, because you're, even if, like, I'm getting the sense of like you doing something in order to try to get them to like you more, like going above and beyond, but unhealthy. Okay. Really unhealthy. Like, that's something that they didn't have in their life, like people doing that kind of thing for them. So I feel like it was you're kind of a trigger to them as well, those kind of people. But then we've got the Knight of Swords reversed. Okay, talk about moving, right? The Knight of Swords is very fast moving, but it's in the reverse. So you probably tried to move your relationships forward quicker than they were supposed to. Like, you're like, okay, I'm with this person and I just want to, be their boyfriend or girlfriend. And now I want to get married. Like so the image again, right? Okay, I'm supposed to meet this person. We're going to fall in love. We're going to get married, have kids. And, it's presentation. I can't stop going back to that word. But so like moving forward too fast, and then sometimes maybe moving on, or feel like it's not really moving on to another person, but I got chills, not allowing yourself to feel whatever it was that you needed to feel about the connection, how it made you feel. And just saying, oh, I'm fine, and moving on, even though inside you were not okay. Okay. You like the presentation. So this is another, of course, it always goes back to childhood, but this is another childhood thing. Like the presentation at home made you like create this identity of, I need to be perfect. I need to show up a specific way for people, but I'm not going to even do that for myself. Oh, I'm going to give you a big hug. And maybe this is something you're working through right now. Maybe this is why I'm called to do this reading. You deserve all the love. Okay. I just have to say, you deserve all of it. But with the Knight of Swords reverse, focus on personal growth, improve your self-worth. Okay. Growth and worth. Growth and worth. Like that's kind of a rhymey thing. So, some of these people you've dated, like you had opportunities to kind of like take some time to yourself and really focus on yourself and your worth, right? But you miss a lot of opportunities for that. So I feel like you need to offer yourself forgiveness because, sometimes we're just not ready. I've got chills from that too. It's weird because I'm getting the chill, but I'm not feeling it. So like, okay, what I'm saying, it's like, you got to feel whatever it is. Like, it's okay. Your feelings are valid. Whatever it is you felt about these people, these situations, how they took advantage of you. That's something that's coming up as well. So, you are right where you're supposed to be. You've been focusing on yourself for a while. So like, it's not, you need to do this now. Like you've been doing that, but like understanding that it wasn't time for you. Like Spirit gave you opportunities with specific people to really, and I'm getting chills again, but I can't feel them, to really focus on yourself. But you didn't take them, and that's okay, because eventually it was going to happen no matter what. So with the feelings too, like, okay, I know the chills are there, but I can't feel them. I feel like cold, like it's, there's something about the people that you dated before that were very distant, okay, and cold, and I don't necessarily think like they didn't have feelings, like they wouldn't show feelings, but I do feel like there was a sense of withholding. Like you maybe sensed that they were not saying something, or they felt something that they didn't want to share. Like it's almost like I'm holding my cards and I don't want you to see anything, kind of energy. And that feels really icky. So you need to sit with that, because that kind of behavior wasn't okay. But also like, there's something about you, like something you were doing that was making them withhold. Like, what is it? It's like you were giving too much, and it's what, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with this one, because maybe it's different for everybody, but like, okay, so if you give too much, like that person just isn't gonna, no, I'm like completely lost here. And maybe that's the point. Like, you're like, I'm doing all this stuff. I don't understand why they're not loving me, or they're not showing me, like, it's not reciprocal. And sometimes we don't need to know the reason. Everybody's got different things going on. But I feel like your thing to learn there was just that. And one of the things you've probably been working on is like, I'm going to give. Like, I'm just a giver. That's who I am. But I'm going to give and receive. Okay. Like, you before were giving without expectation, and maybe you had intentions, and not to say that you're a bad person, but maybe they weren't the best intentions in order to receive from people. So, now it's like, okay, like, the thing you learn from these relationships is give and take. Very, very important, right? And I'm sorry I couldn't get anything on that, but maybe that's something you need to learn, why that person did it. So maybe think about what those people were doing when you were over giving, over sharing, whatever the case is. Maybe sit with that. Maybe you can get to the bottom of, like, their behavior towards you, and maybe there's something like triggering that you need to work through there. Maybe their responses weren't necessarily the best for you. Okay. So then we've got the Eight of Wands, movement again, Eight of Wands, and Five of Cups. Wow. So, part of the movement too is like them moving on quick, them moving on from you, abandonment. And I remember, I forgot, on the bottom of the deck, release fear of abandonment. Abandonment's a big one for you, oh honey. Yeah, you just feel like, look at how sad this crow is, the Five of Cups. Like, I'm just by myself. This feels icky. Even though you were never really alone, Spirit was always with you. You did have people around you, good intentions, good intended people throughout your life, even if it wasn't romantic. But yeah, it's like, okay, this person, here's the thing too. Here's another lesson for you that you've learned. Maybe that person acted like, oh yeah, I'm moving on and I'm done with you, whatever. But on the inside, like, they were feeling just as icky as you. Okay. And not that makes it better, but I think that there's really something for you to gain. I've got chills again, but I can't feel. This is the weirdest thing ever. Maybe that's something for you to gain. There's something for you to gain there, because recognizing that, it's going back to the perfection. Not everybody, like, no one has it completely figured out. Okay. No one's life is perfect. Nobody is, out here just always joyous and happy, right? So not worrying about other people's success or other people's whatever, and not feeling a sense of loss because other people, like, this might be a little bit of envy, jealousy, because other people, look on the outside like they have it going on, but maybe they don't. And I don't feel like you're there. Like, again, this energy is past for a reason, because I feel like you've moved through a lot of this. I just felt the need to kind of talk about this topic. So whatever is meant for you, again, take for you. But it will improve slipping into old patterns. Okay, beautiful. There was always a piece of you that knew that you would find your way and be happy. And it's not even, chills again, this time I feel them a little more. It's not even that you need anybody romantically, but something healthy and sustainable is sustainable is a big word. Okay. And you're not slipping into old patterns, but I feel like if there's anything right now that you're noticing that you're doing that might feel old, or like maybe somebody else is mirroring that energy, I'm kind of getting that vibe of like an old version of you. It's just to remind you of your progress. And if you get triggered, you got to sit with it and feel it and all those things. Feeling is a big message in this reading. You gotta, the emotions, the feeling, that's something you learned here too. It's like, probably in childhood you felt like you couldn't express yourself because you were too busy worried about keeping up the appearances, right? So now, the self-expression in life in general, not just your love relationships or any relationship, that's something really big that you learned. So I asked because like I said, there was really nothing that, yeah, we kind of talked about the other people, but there really wasn't anything that stood out to me big. So I kind of asked the question because we had temperance at the bottom of the deck, unbalanced energy for sure. And you were carrying the weight in all of your relationships with the, like giving all the energy. So what came up with like the people that you dated was the Empress reverse. So, excuse me, I got a couple messages from that. You dated people who were not in their feminine energy at all. So whether they're a man or a woman, whatever, these people, like, it's interesting because I was talking about how you had trouble expressing your emotions. Like, you were dating a person or people like that too. Like, they just didn't know how to express themselves. Like, different home life, like different, being raised different, I'm feeling, but like maybe a little bit of like if you were dating men, toxic masculinity, toxic masculinity. I don't like to use that word because I just feel like it's oversaturated and people use it and it doesn't really apply to what people are talking about. But this, I really feel like it was just like, I'm a man, so I can't show my emotions kind of thing. But also I feel like there's something I said in this reading towards the beginning that is talking about this energy of you trying to be like the perfect girlfriend or boyfriend, like the like it's like trophy, like you're the trophy because like that's what so maybe it's toxic femininity too. Like, I need to show up this specific way for this person, and it was too much. Like, it's like there's something with these other people that they sense that like you weren't being real. Okay, like you weren't being your real self, and it was not something they wanted. And nothing wrong with you. Again, I just, obviously it didn't work out and you're happy where you're at, but I definitely feel, and I feel this anyway, that these relationships help shape you into who you are now. And whether or not those people learned, like I feel like some of them probably did learn something from you. Like, you are now in this energy right here. Oh my God, I can't talk. Sovereignty. I know the word, but see, I'm having trouble speaking. So there could be something about you with your throat chakra with these energies, not now, but when you're dating those people, maybe it's like, okay, that's the other thing where I wasn't feeling the chills. It's like you weren't in your body. Okay, this is just like anxiety, the mind, like you're all up here, nothing here, like everything's up here. I feel like nothing in the rest of your body. So okay, that totally makes sense. I'm like, why is this? I know some of what I already said was true, but anyway, like you're in a space of like flow, balance, nurturing, not just other people, you first, right? And it's really beautiful. Like, I'm so proud of you. Look at this cup. Okay, the crow is holding the cup and pouring the water into their own cup, right? You, right? That's beautiful. Spirit's really proud of you. I'm really proud of you. The Ten of Swords reversed underneath, and the the Six of Swords reversed, needing to move away from anyone that is like keeping you, they like kept you in this space of not evolving and not growing. And I mean, you ultimately at the end of the day are the person who does that, but like those kind of people, it was very toxic, right? The connections. Those kind of people kept you where you're at too. I was going to end the reading, but I did want to pull, this is a long one. I did want to pull some self-forgiveness messages real quick. So you can offer yourself for some forgiveness for not living in your truth for a long time. Okay. Oh my God, attachment. How did I not say that once in this reading? Yes. So unhealthy attachments to people for sure. That's part of the cord cutting too. I've done a lot of those because, even now I get caught up in creating unhealthy attachments with people just because of who I used to be, and it's okay. So, self-trust. Whoa, yeah. Okay, I just posted a reading talking about how like the twos have been coming up wild. So like not making decisions for yourself, allowing other people to make decisions for you because you didn't trust that you'd make the right ones. So self-trust is a big lesson from these people, but it's everyone you've crossed paths with that was a lesson for you. Chills really this time. So self-trust is a big thing. You need to acknowledge that you've started trusting yourself. That's really, really big from spirit. I forgive myself for creating attachments to the promises they made and could not keep. I choose to believe that unkept promises are life's attempts to move me to a place where the possibility of greater growth and love await me. I love that. Moving, okay? Like you have moved. Chills everywhere, moved through so much. Oh my goodness, this is huge. You need to hear this. I hope you're still here. I know this is long. Self-care. I forgive myself for ending up in places not meant for me while focusing on proving myself to be good enough. Oh, yes. Yes, that's part of what you were learning from these people is like, not everybody deserves your time and attention, okay? Like you just gave it to anybody. That person showing interest in me, so I'm going to date them. No, that is not the answer. I choose to believe that my unique perspective does not need to be shared by others, and I am allowed to create a life that others do not understand. I love that for you. Yeah, because a lot of these people that you dated didn't really know who you were. Like I was talking about the mask, like they didn't take the time to really get to know you. And part of that is because you were not even comfortable sitting with yourself and knowing yourself because you were too busy trying to please other people. Oh, honey. So self-trust again. I forgive myself for taking on other people's challenges before I have faced my own and handled my own. I choose to believe that when I honor my ability to care for myself, I support in others the potential to do the same. I love this. And what I was just getting while I was saying that is that a lot of people you dated, you touched their life in a special way. So even if like it ended badly or, you know, like you've moved on, they've moved on, and there's no desire to get back. Like they have if they think of you, it's very fondly, okay? Because you just are a really good human. And I'm so proud of you, Spirit's so proud of you. And I hope this helps you to create some kind of closure.